Greetings everyone, it's the Garlic Bread Warlord Nick Aliffi, and this is your Soccer Over There hot drop for Christian Pulisic to Chelsea. Yes, the deal is done. 64 million euros, 73 million US, depending on the currency fluctuation. But the 20-year-old Hershey, Pennsylvania native will stay on loan with Dortmund until summer, when he officially makes the move to London. Why is this a good move? Well, number one, he's American. We can't get past it. Come on, guys. This is the greatest moment in U.S. soccer history. Yes. I know everyone's eyebrows shot up. Some people rolled their eyes. That's okay. We can disagree on this. But in my opinion, it's the greatest moment in U.S. soccer history. Why? Because now you can add Christian Pulisic and Americans in general on the ever-growing list of players that English teams will gladly overpay for. And that is a great thing. Think of Zion Jones. Think of Josh Sargent when the time comes for Atlanta United fans. Andrew Carlton. Now you have a market that is more receptive to bringing in American players, not just Fulham. And speaking of Fulham, I seem to remember a time in the 90s and mid-2000s when a lot of casual soccer fans suddenly became Fulham fans because of Dempsey and McBride and Bocanegra and Lewis and Keller, and that's okay as well. That's what Chelsea's hoping for. Chelsea's hoping that because he's American, that gigantic American marketing key will just crank that wonderful cash generation engine, and magically Pulisic jerseys will fly off the shelves bearing that Chelsea logo, t-shirts, socks, all the wonderful things that help bring money into the coffers of the West London Massive. And yes, if you are an Arsenal fan or a Spurs fan, not Liverpool, because you guys can just smoke them if you got them. You guys are doing great. But if you're one of the squads that missed out on Pulisic, that's what you're missing out on. Yes, he is a good player. I see the concerns about him maybe sitting on the bench at Chelsea. You're not spending $64 million to throw someone on your bench. I'm sorry. That's not what it's there for. I think that he was sitting on the bench a lot in Dortmund simply because the negotiations for his services were far enough along where they wanted to make sure they protected their asset. Now that he'll be officially on loan, that's a different animal entirely. Now they can play him and have fun. But for Dortmund, this is business as usual. Look at the fact that Dembele, they brought in for $13 million. They sold him for about $135 million. Aubameyang, they got for $11 million, sold him for about $50 plus. Pulisic got him on a free and sold him for $64 million for the top club in Bundesliga. That's phenomenal business. And whenever we see people talk about why MLS shouldn't be a selling league, oh my God, look at that. Look at the fact that Borussia Dortmund is making straight bank on these players. Now look at the German league overall and German teams, and look how they're now approaching the American market. It's completely different than what anyone else is doing. When you see Zion Jones leaving Atlanta United on a free, does the eyebrows go up now? Right? Do the eyebrows just shoot up magically? Because they should. Because this should be a wake-up call. And for Christian Pulisic's academy club in Pennsylvania, I don't think they're getting solidarity payments. And this is now where American soccer has to keep up. Identify kids earlier, because now you have an established market. Move these kids earlier on. Take that bank. That's a revenue source for you. Now, let's also get into one other aspect of why this is good for Chelsea, because they were busted for transferring underage players. Now they're probably looking at a transfer ban. With that transfer ban means that you have to get all of your business done now. So if you're a Chelsea fan, congratulations. You're probably going to see a lot of activity during the January window. That's fine, and that's great. But that's why this move happened now. That's why the valuation was there. That is why Pulisic is going to be someone who will be featuring very quickly this summer for them in all of their friendlies and whatnot, but also because of Eden Hazard. If Hazard makes up his mind and says, hey, I'm going to go to Real Madrid, you have to get someone to fill his shoes immediately. Is Eden Hazard and Christian Pulisic on the same playing level? No, but he's a good enough player to come in and be effective in Maurizio Sarri's system. So if there's a coach for him to go to in Europe, I'm feeling very good about Maurizio Sarri. Yes, there are other coaches who would probably be even better. I know Jurgen Klopp is the person who would be best for him, but Maurizio Sarri has no problem playing young players. He will put Pulisic in. Yes, I know he claims he didn't do his homework on Pulisic. I would chalk some of that up to poor translation because Sarri's smarter than that and understand he's not going to reveal all of the cards. So just sit back and enjoy this if you're a Chelsea fan. Pulisic will play. It's going to happen. He's going to move jerseys. He's going to move product. But all the pressure's on him now. Make no mistake about it. To be the number one guy on a team that didn't qualify for the World Cup, and now the eyes of a soccer-loving nation are on you, pressure. Moving from Bundesliga, where you were sitting on the bench for whatever reason, you were there. Moving to the Premier League, pressure. And the English audience, especially for a powerhouse like Chelsea, will not be as forgiving as the Fulham audience would have been, or even the Liverpool audience would have been. So there's so much pressure on this kid. We want to make sure that we take things with a grain of salt. It's not going to happen. We want to make sure that we accept the fact that there will be some shortcomings. We won't accept them. And then we're also going to have to sit back and say we need to buy all the Christian Pulisic jerseys we can to keep him in the Premier League. Completely illogical and devoid of reason. So there. That's my take on Christian Pulisic. Look, it is what it is. The move's done. It's silly season. And it's another one of those things, and I get DM'd on this all the time. Nick, sit back. Shut up about silly season. It's no big deal. Deals don't happen until a player's hoisting a jersey. It's just rumors. I know, and it's fun. And let me go ahead and drop two things on all you transfer season haters. One, dumber moves have happened. We all sat there and said, no, Cristiano Ronaldo will not be leaving Real Madrid and go to Juventus. There's nothing to it. I said this. David Almayal said this. Di Marzio said this. And boom, the deal was done. And all the people out there who were on the fringe, who were freaking out saying this deal was going to happen, look like geniuses. And all of us who said this wasn't going to happen look like frauds. I have no problem embracing silly season. People were saying Christian Pulisic won't leave Dortmund because his value has tanked. He's riding the bench. Who would spend this kind of money on him? Nope, he's going to stay in Dortmund. This is a stupid rumor to even Chelsea of all teams. Yep. Well, again, who are the geniuses and who are the frauds? Transfer season at some point will make idiots of all of us. All we can do is sit back and enjoy the ride. And for those who say, again, that MLS should not be a selling league, that we should be signing players to 10-year contracts so they play in front of the same fan base forever, I'll say this. Where else is a team like Atlanta United going to get $30 million within a 2-year period? Let's go ahead and say, yes, ticket sales. You're going to get a portion of merch sales. I'm talking about $30 million straight up. It's not happening. Soccer is built on developing talent and shipping talent out. That's the machine. That's the model. And if you don't want MLS to be that league, then you need to find another league to support. Because if you want a Major League Baseball contract, that's great. But understand that Major League Baseball is the pinnacle of the sport worldwide. If you're in Cuba, if you're in Venezuela, if you're in El Salvador, if you're in Topeka, Kansas, you want to make it to the bigs. You want to make it to Major League Baseball. I love MLS. I have season tickets to Atlanta United. But I understand that MLS is not the top league in the world, and I don't care. I enjoy it for what it is. But I also understand that it's a business and that players have a valuation, and players don't want to stay in one place for 10 damn years. They want to go abroad, they want to test themselves, and that's a good thing, and they should be allowed to do that. So when MLS teams find these players in Argentina or Paraguay or wherever, and they sign them for $8 million, and they ship them out for 30 million, that's fantastic business. And we as soccer fans should embrace it. And no, it is not some lazy argument that reporters put out there. Oh, this is the way it should be because it's done worldwide. No, because it makes fiscal sense. A team like Atlanta United gets that 30 million. They don't keep it all to themselves. They have to invest it in the club. They have to invest it in the league. And that helps everyone. So yes, you can go and yell at Stan Kroenke because he's the one screwing the system up. You can yell at Bob Kraft and the Hunts and whoever you want for not investing the same way that LAFC or Atlanta United or LA Galaxy go and handle the transfer market. But you know what these teams are figuring out? There's more than one revenue stream. And that's the joy of transfer season, because teams start using the full might of their economic engines for one cause and one cause only, and that's winning, both in business and on the pitch. There's nothing wrong with that. So my friends, if any reporter or any naysayer tries to say, I hate silly season, I hate the transfer windows, well, understand that the smart clubs will use it to their advantage, and Atlanta United's already doing that. And the dumb clubs will sit back and count on ticket sales, and ticket sales alone, to keep their business afloat. And when that happens, they will move, or they will get folded. Because this league, MLS 3.0, whatever you want to call it, it's becoming a new and wonderful thing. It's catching up on the world stage faster than anyone expected it to. And if you close it fully by saying, hey, look, we're not going to do international transfers, congratulations. Almost all of the youth that have the ability won't even touch your academy. Then they'll all end up like Josh Sargent and just bolt overseas. They won't even sniff your teams. And yes, you will play with lesser talent. And players like Miguel Almiron and Pity Martinez, Carlos Vela, they won't come here. They'll go somewhere else. And if you want that, go enjoy the MPSL. Go buy tickets for your MPSL team and watch the local kids play it out. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's a great thing if you do it. And if you go and you buy tickets for USL because you want to see Tommy down the street play some kid from Sheboygan, go for it. And hopefully one of those kids discovers that they're awesome, moves to the next level, and they get shipped out abroad too. And when that happens, come talk to me, and I'll talk you off the ledge. It's Nick Aliffi, it's the Garlic Bread Warlord. Thanks so much for listening. Soccer Over There Hot Drop. It's a 12-minute semi-rant. I don't know, but it's there. Anyway, enjoy the business, enjoy silly season. It's a new year. We're going to do it big. We're going to have some big things coming down the pike for you. Join the Patreon page. Huh? What are you waiting on? You got like $5 or $10, $20? Join the Patreon page. Skip the coffee. It's a new year, right? While you're lying to yourself and you're saying, I'm going to be healthy, I'm going to cut back on sodas and coffee and all these other things that are going to make me fat. Take that money while you're still lying to yourself and invest in the Patreon page, so that way when you go back to drinking coffee and eating donuts and sweets, at least you have something fun to keep you entertained, right? Nick Aliffi, Soccer Over There. Love you guys. Mucho, mucho, y'all. Transfer.